Let's begin with some breath. So finding a comfortable seat, you can sit on the front edge of the chair, or I'm going to sit right up close to you for a few minutes here. Just let your hands rest on your thighs. You can even give a little rub to your thighs for a moment. Just grounding. And then let the arms relax. Let the hands come into stillness on the thighs. Let your eyelids close or pick one spot to gaze. Just allow your breath to drop down into your belly. You can allow your awareness to drop down into your belly too. And so as you inhale, the belly fills like a balloon. And as you exhale, it just releases that inflation. Now that your breath is going down into the belly a little bit more, start to lengthen your breath. So maybe your inhale is twice as long. Maybe your exhale is even longer. You're welcome to count. You can try to take 4 counts on your inhale. Maybe take 6 counts on your exhale. And allow there to be some spaciousness during the transitions. Don't rush the transition between your inhales and exhales. Let there be some space there. You'll start to feel your rib cage expanding in all directions. Maybe your chest expands. And contract the back of the throat slightly so you can hear your breath sounding like the ocean. Keep this breath as you bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Noticing how you feel this morning. And does the body feel heavy or light? Is the temperature in the room warm or cool? Is the mind moving fast or slow? And notice any intentions that you may have brought with you. You can officially set those intentions, bringing the palms together at the heart, lift the heart, bow the chin. And at the top of your next inhale, hold the breath, holding your intentions. Exhale with rounded lips, sending those intentions out. One more time, inhale, hold the breath. Hold the intentions, send them out. Release the hands, come back to your slow Ujjayi breath. In and out through the nose. Let's come to standing. And we'll sit on the chair backwards. So you can turn your chair so that your back of it is facing you. And step wide. And come to seated in the chair with the back of it in front of you. Just let your hands rest on the back of the chair for a moment, lengthening your spine. Shoulders glide down the back. See if you can find a little bit more space in your torso for your breath to go. And now lean your left arm over to your left leg. I'm mirroring you. And reach your right arm up to the sky and over your head, breathing in to this right side. You can tuck the chin a little bit, maybe let your eyes gaze down. On your next inhale, reach up and over to the other side. Again, find that spot for your neck where your chin can tuck down a little bit. Breathing into your left side. Inhale, reaching up. Let both hands rest on the knees. Glide your shoulders down the back, lifting the heart slightly. And then circle your torso around. It's going to feel a little different than when we're sitting the other way in the chair. Reverse the direction. Slow it down. And the next time that you reach the back of your heart back, you're rounding, hold on to the chair, bend the elbows a little bit, and lean the back of your heart back. Breathe into that area between your shoulder blades. Sometimes we can get really tight there and it's hard to access this area. And take one more breath. Draw your heart forward. Draw your elbows back, leaning towards the back of the chair. Reach your arms out and up, sitting tall. Take your left arm and bring it down and drape it over the back of the chair. Reach your right arm up and lean it over to the side. For one breath, try to look up a little bit towards the ceiling, tucking your chin towards your armpit. Reach it up and over, switch arms. Beautiful. Getting a little deeper into the sideways. Tuck your chin towards your armpit, looking up towards the sky. One breath. Ride your inhale up to center. Let your hands come to the side area of the chair and lean your heart to the back of the chair, and then let your head bow down. And if it's more comfortable, you can let your hands rest on your legs instead. So just find a comfortable spot for your arms. Maybe down here is nice. This might actually be my favorite. Let the back of the neck open as your head gets heavy. And then start to lean your head a little bit side to side. And as this gets a little bit bigger, you can inhale to one side, really reaching the crown of your head to the side. And then exhale as you come down through center. Inhale to the other side. Good. Keep it slow. If it's comfortable, start to reach your hands back. Maybe even interlace them as they reach away. Finding center, rising up. Reach those arms back behind you, whether they're interlaced or not. On your next inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. Bend your elbows, bring your fingertips to the back of your head and neck area, and lean your head back. You can try to reach your chin up to the sky. Let's take 3 lion's breaths here, really opening the throat and the inner area of the throat. This is actually supposed to be really helpful for sleep apnea as well. So we'll inhale through the nose, exhale, stick the tongue out. Releasing to center. Arms dangle down behind the backs of the legs. Inhale, reach your fingers forward and up. Exhale, reach them back and down. And you'll have to sweep on over the sides of the knees. Allow both lungs to expand a little bit more. Now make your circles a little smaller and speed it up, speeding up with your breath as well. You're inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, let it release. Ooh, you might feel a little energy shifting. Let's go the other way. This time, make little fists with the hands and bring them down and back, and then up and forward. Inhale as they go back and up. Exhale as they come forward and down. Now make your circles a little smaller, speed it up, speed up the breath. Powerful breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, hold the breath. Lift the ribs up off of your sitting bones. Exhale, let it go. Pause and notice sensations. Come back to your slow Ujjayi. And if you're trying to breathe at your full lung capacity, try to drop down to more like 75% or 60% so that your breath feels smooth and soothing. You're still accessing the belly, the ribs, but maybe it's a little bit more relaxed. We're going to come up to standing. So in order to do this, I like to scooch my feet back and scooch my sitting bones back, and then step back behind the chair. Okay, we're still allowing the seat of the chair to face us. And you can actually come into a downward dog this way. So you have your hands on the back of the chair. The seat is in front of you. And just let your head bow down, reach your sitting bones back. Send your breath into your whole spine. Really let your head go. Could your head relax a little bit more, just so that gravity has an opportunity to lengthen the neck, giving it a little more space. Looking forward, bring your hands down to the seat of the chair. Let your head bow down to the seat. You can always have a bend in the knees. Ride your next inhale up into a flat back. Now let's step the feet wide. So your feet are maybe even wider than the chair. Let your toes jut out a little bit more than your heels. So your toes are sticking out to the side just a tiny bit. Your feet are almost parallel. But the toes stick out a little bit. Now lean into one knee and then the other. Just play with it. What happens if you hover or you pulse for a moment on one side? What happens if you sink a little deeper? Now, if you want to, you can reach the arms out to the sides. You do not have to do this. You can always keep the hands down. Strengthening your core, strengthening your hips. Bring it to center. Bring your hands back down to the chair if they were lifted. And jut your heels out so your heels are wider than your toes, your pigeon toe. And fold down into the chair. You can rest your forearms down. Maybe your forehead comes near the chair. You're welcome to lean back into your sitting bones. Find that position where you can let go. You can always wiggle the hips a little bit and then find stillness again. On your next inhale, lift your gaze. Come up onto your hands. Bring your right hand directly underneath your heart. Bring your left arm out to the side, reaching up. Press down through the hand and down through the shoulder that's underneath you. Stretch up through the shoulder and hand that's above you. Take the hand that's in the air and bring it to your sacrum, twisting a little deeper, reaching and rotating your heart up towards the ceiling. Unwind. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches out to the side and up. Press down through that left hand and left shoulder, giving your neck space. Reach the other shoulder that's above you up towards the ceiling. Bring the hands in the air to your lower back, your sacrum. Drawing the elbow away from your heart, rotating your heart up towards the sky. Keep your breath, relax the jaw. And slowly unwind, folding one more time. Notice where you'd like to send your breath in the body. When you're ready, bring your hands underneath your heart. Bend your knees a little bit. Scoot your heels in, and then your toes. Heel, toe. Until your feet are right underneath you. Pausing in a flat back. Press into your feet a little bit. Press into your hands. Reach your tailbone back behind you. Tuck your chin. Reach the crown of the head forward. You're lengthening your spine. It might feel subtle, but it makes a big difference. Let's take 3 breaths here. You're also strengthening all those muscles that support your spine. Draw your belly button towards your spine at the bottom of this exhale. And on your next exhale, fold. Try to keep this extra length in your spine as you bow down. Does that feel any different than your first forward fold? It's okay if it doesn't, but you're noticing. Press into your feet, ride your inhale out and up, reaching up. Exhale, arms release out and down. Standing tall in mountain. Bring your palms together at your heart. Don't lock your knees. Your knees have the tiniest micro bend in them. They're not bent, but they're not locked. It's a micro, teensy weensy bend. Shift your weight forward towards your toes and back towards your heels. To the left, to the right, forward, back, left, right, forward, and find center. Standing tall in center, ground through all four corners of each foot. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, reach out and down as you hinge. Forehead bows down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your feet wide. Inhale, flat back, toes turn in slightly. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lifting your gaze, reaching out to the sides. Spread through your sitting bones. Can you, for a moment, squeeze the muscles around your sitting bones? And then relax those muscles. Jut your left toes out to the left a little bit. Bend into your left knee. Now switch, straighten that left leg, turn the toes in. Stick your right toes out to the side a little bit. Bend into your right knee. Straighten it. Let both sets of toes stick out. Jut your heels in. Bend both knees. Cactus the elbows, goddess pose. Draw your elbows back towards the back wall. Good. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach up. Grab your right wrist, pull it up and over to the left. Coming up to center, grab the other wrist, pull it up and over. Reach it up to center, open the arms wide. Bend the knees without the help of the chair. See if you can heel toe your feet towards each other. Inhale, reaching out and up. Palms touch. Bring them to your heart. Good job, everyone. Let's bring the chair up to the top of the mat with the seat facing away. So if you have to shift your mat or your direction, that's fine. Take your time getting adjusted. You can stand about a foot away from your chair. The back of the chair is just within reach. Inhale out and up. Exhale, bowing down. Little flat back here. And walk back into downward dog. Really reach those sitting bones back. Let your heart and head melt. Bend your knees. Turn your left toes out to the side. Your left heel comes towards your right foot. So your left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Lean on it. Step your right foot all the way up to the chair, bending in to your front knee. Now really press into the chair with your hands, lengthening your heart. Your tailbone will tuck under a little bit. Your belly button will draw towards your spine. You can reach both arms up. Today, let's interlace all the fingers except for the pointer fingers, which stick straight up above your head. You can try to check that you can see your front big toe. Make sure that your front knee is leaning a little bit towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Relax the tip of the tongue. Maybe lift the corners of the mouth. Inhale with me, reach up so high a tiny back bend happens. Exhale, straighten your front knee. Reach your sitting bones back. Let your hands rest on the chair. Let your elbows bend, gently folding. Breathing into this right leg. Bend back into your front knee. Lift your back heel so you're in a big lunge. Sink into it for a moment. You're really opening the psoas of this left side. If you want to, just for one breath, you can try to reach the arms up. Crescent pose, you're balancing. And bring the hands down. Step back, downward dog, walk it out. Really let yourself get a little loosey-goosey here. Let's come right to the other side so that we feel even. Draw your right heel towards your left foot, your right toes stick out to the side a little bit. Lean on the right foot. Step your left foot all the way up to the chair, bending into your front knee. You're tucking your tailbone slightly, press into the hands to lift your heart. You could stay right here. You do not have to lift the arms. If you want to, you're grounding into all four corners of each foot as you reach the hands up. Interlace all the fingers except for the pointer fingers. You're kind of in the shape of a temple. Soften your gaze and jaw. You're building strength here, stamina. It's okay if you get impatient. See if you can just breathe through it. This helps us to have more patience and stamina in life. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Actually, wait. Sorry. Keep your front knee bent. Stretch up so tall, little back bend happens. And now straighten your front knee. Bring your hands to the chair. Gently lean forward as you reach your sitting bones back. Your elbows can bend. Giving this left leg a little extra love and attention. Bending into your front knee again. Now lift your back heel. So your feet are parallel. Both sets of toes are facing forward. Your back heel is lifting off the ground, but you're pressing back into it. Crescent pose, lift that heart. You're really gonna feel this in the front right side from your rib cage all the way down through the hip. If you wanna try it, you can let those hands hover over the chair or reach them up for one breath. You're balancing. Slowly let them down, lean back, walk it out. And pause in stillness in downward dog. And let's take an exhale out through the mouth, sighing it out. Ah. Looking forward, walk it up into a flat back. On an inhale, reaching out and up. Palms touch at the heart. Let's take one last standing pose today, tree pose. So your hands can rest on the back of the chair. If you prefer to stand up against a wall, you're also welcome to do that. So you can have one hand on the wall or both hands on the chair. Pick a spot in front of you to gaze and let that gaze soften. Feel the bottoms of your feet. As you relax your feet into the ground, you'll get a little steadier. Lean onto your right foot, bending your left knee out to the side. You can place your left foot anywhere on the ankle or calf, but never on the knee joint. This feels really peaceful. You could stay right here today with your hands on the chair. I think I'll do that. If you want to lift one arm up or both, you're welcome to. Very gently try to lengthen your spine as if you're drawing the crown of the head up a little taller. This is for balance, strength, and mental focus. Try to keep your same gaze point as you lower the left leg and switch over to the other side. Right knee comes out to the side. Keep your breath. Gently lengthening the crown up towards the sky. Slowly let it down. Bring your hands to your low back, like you're placing your hands in jean pockets. Glide your elbows towards each other. Lean your pelvis forward as you lift your heart. Keep your same gaze point. Just gently release. if you're really craving upward facing dog, then feel free to take one. We'll transition back to seated in the chair. So take your time. If you want to take, one of these, feel free to. And then make your way to seated. No rush. So just as we began, we rubbed the thighs. Take a couple more of those. This is really nice for your nervous system. You have a lot of nerve endings in the palms of the hands. Now let your hands come into stillness. Let your arms relax. Sitting tall. Open your ears to deep listening. For 1 minute, can you refrain from fidgeting? Pause in complete stillness. Listen. Bring one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Honoring yourself. Let's come into Shavasana, absorbing everything that we've done. This resting pose is the most important part of this practice. Your spine will naturally lengthen, and you'll absorb everything that we've done.